Saying farewell to Cambodia, we proceed to Tibet, where we'll stop in Chengdu, China, for one day to change planes since all flights to Tibet are handled by Chinese-based airlines. In Chengdu, we visited the breeding research facility for giant pandas rescued from the wild in 1987. Starting with 6, it has since given close to 150 panda births. After our short zoo visit and delicious evening meal, our 16th floor reveals a city of lights that definitely needs exploring. The Ansun Bridge houses a popular restaurant over the Jin River that flows through the city. This bridge is a replacement of the original bridge destroyed by a flood in the 1980s. In the 13th century, Marco Polo wrote about several bridges in China. The Ansun Bridge was one of them. Strolling along the river walk, traditional structures proudly display colorful design lighting techniques. Chengdu is China's 4th largest city, housing 15 million inhabitants. At night, city lights often give a full rounded dimension of what the city is all about. Departing Chengdu, China, our route to Lhasa, Tibet's spiritual center, takes us over the highest mountain range in the world, the Himalayas. What a sight. Entering the Tibetan plateau, we begin our descent. Although Lhasa's beginning dates back to early 600 AD, humans inhabited the Tibetan plateau 21,000 years ago, but were only hunters and gatherers. Our Tibetan guide, Tenzing, greets us along with the local hospitality committee, tying the traditional Tibetan welcome white scarf. Dipping your third finger into a bowl of chang, a Tibetan drink, you flick the drink into the air, offering homage to the sky, the earth, and one's ancestors. The iconic symbol of Tibet is the Potala Palace. Construction began in 1645 by the 5th Dalai Lama and took 45 years to complete. It includes the Red Palace, devoted to religious study and Buddhist prayer, and the White Palace, that's the summer living quarters of the Dalai Lama. It also contains tombs of 8 Dalai Lamas. Tibetan Buddhism is the religious doctrine practiced in certain regions of the Himalayas, and no matter where they live, they must make a pilgrimage to Lhasa once in their lifetime. In Barkor Square, the Chokhan Temple, built around 640 AD, is the most sacred monastery in Tibet. It is commonly known as the Chokhan, which means House of Buddha. Along with the Potala Palace, it is the most visited in Lhasa's spiritual center. Here, pilgrims perform repeating ritual prostrations to express reverence to Guru Rinpoche and others. It begins by bringing hands together in the lotus bud formation and placing them on the crown of the head to offer homage to Guru Rinpoche's enlightened body. At the throat, you offer homage to his enlightened speech. At the heart, you offer homage to his enlightened mind. Then drop forward and stretch full length on the ground, arms outstretched. Again with the hands in the lotus bud formation, bend arms back and touch hands to the top of head, a gesture that acknowledges the blessing flowing from Guru Rinpoche. It ends by stretching arms out once more. Some very devoted people do prostrations on the way to Lhasa when journeying by foot, taking 1 to 2 years to complete, depending how far away they start. A visit to the Pahalukpuk Cave Temple, built in front of an ancient cave, panned out to be something special. It felt sacred and something out of the past. The cave was King Gampo's retreat during Lhasa's beginnings in the mid-600 AD. To our surprise, Friendly monks allowed photo taking inside the small temple filled with incense and meditating pilgrims. Burning incense represents the fragrant scent of morality. Food, fruit, water, drinks represent the nectar of Dharma and the wish to achieve it. Across the temple, we visit a holy candle offering shrine. To Tibetans, lighting a candle represents the light of wisdom, illuminating the darkness of ignorance.
We're going to do it one at a time. Yes. Well, she's spinning them. It's a praying thing. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Peppered throughout Lhasa's holy sites are prayer wheels. Each wheel has a written mantra. Since reading aloud each prayer is impractical, an individual spins the wheel. This effect is the same as reciting the written mantra on the wheel. Our visit to Tibet occurred during the cold months, and many wore coats that hid the colorful clothing of the respective villages. As the afternoon warmed, we were able to capture some of these colorful clothes. Unfortunately, we had no idea which village they came from. The masks many wear are not because they have a cold, but to protect from breathing the extremely dry cold air that can damage one's lungs. We end our Tibetan visit visiting the Yanni-Tsakhong Monastery. For the past 900 years, it's been used mainly by Buddhist nuns. Their lives are devoted to praying and helping the poor. Departing Lhasa, our monitor shows our flight path back to Chengdu in Chinese and in English, where we'll transfer to our National Geographic plane waiting for us. Climbing out of the Tibetan plateau, we again fly over the majestic Himalayas, a sight never to be forgotten.